Welcome back, everyone. It's Ready or Not,
Money Talks. I'm Nate the Great.
and I'm Chris Stacks. We have an amazing episode for you today.
Holiday themed episode today.
Exactly. It's fitting, right?
Yep.
And so this episode actually came out of a need. And what we're bringing you guys is we're focused on delivering you things that have worked for us or things that we're actually utilizing, whether it's in finance, business, life.
Absolutely.
To help you grow.
While this is a Money Talks focused podcast, money's always about just making it and keeping it. You need the mindset to do that.
Absolutely. I shared an amazing post this morning about that. If you check out my Instagram, it's Chris Stacks. But this came out of you asking me a question, and then I told you about something that I've been doing that works great for me. So what was it that you were trying to solve for when we had this discussion?
So I'm trying to get more production done and be more focused on what I need to do. So in the past, you've suggested a calendar. Now, calendar is a great option, but some people aren't ready for calendars, checking the calendars, and making sure your day is scheduled to the 15th minute.
And so for my my bosses, my coaches, my mentors, my leaders on here, this is a growth moment for me, because as a leader, I was like, listen, my dad was a scheduled person, Marine. When we did stuff, it was like, be ready or walk. And so for me, a calendar was not a hard thing to adapt to. But if you have individuals that are not used to using a calendar or being on a specific schedule, especially Nate comes from the service industry. A lot of people show up 5 minutes early, 5 minutes late. It's a little bit more lenient. So if you're actually trying to stay,
range.
Yeah, it's more a range. Please be here by 6-ish. So if you have individuals like that are more free range, that are more loose, let's say, that'd be the word, maybe loose. You have to be able to adapt, because I said, you know what, Nate, try something that I've been doing for a while. It's helped me in numerous areas, and let's see if it benefits you. So we're going to actually talk about, what did I tell you to do?
Make a list.
Make a list and check it twice. And that's one of the second part there is actually funny enough, just because it goes with the holiday theme, but it's one of the most important parts. Because how many times you've heard people making dream boards, vision boards, writing in a calendar book, and they never look at it? What does it do for you?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Not if you don't look at it.
So Nate said, I want to increase my focus. I want to increase my productivity. And I said a list. Why? Because there's multiple things, especially with individuals that are entrepreneurs, business-minded, that read a lot or watch a lot of educational videos. There's one thing that it seems like we all do. We overthink.
Oh, absolutely.
We go through the day, and then we lay in bed at night and we're like, oh, but did I do this? Did I do that? What do I got to do tomorrow?
You overthink the night before, and then you forget about it the next day.
Right. Because you either dream about something else or whatever, and it's gone by morning. And then you're like,
absolutely.
What did I have to do?
Constant issue with me.
And so I said, you know what? I started making a list. And actually, my wife Mandy does the same thing. We make a list before bed. Why? Because if I lay in bed and I'm like, okay, in the morning I got an appointment, and after the appointment I got this, and then I'm laying there thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm gonna forget.
Now, important thing also, when you're making a list, pen and paper.
Yes.
So when I first started, I tried doing a digital list, and it's not the same, because one is you do it on your phone, it's not always in front of you when you wake up. You have to actually go to that. If you have a pad next to your desk, it's easier to just write a pen, write it in there. Or even if in the middle of the night you think of something else, just add it in there real quick.
I've actually done that. I've literally woken up in the middle of the night and like, oh, I forgot about XYZ, and I roll over, I write it down, and then I can literally just. Why? Because I just took. I joked with you about Dumbledore from Harry Potter, where he takes the wand and he pulls the thought out and puts it into the pensive. Why? Because now it's not distracting him, it's not weighing him down, but it's saved. So the idea of this is for you to be able to kind of relax yourself going to bed, knowing that your next day is already scheduled, already planned out. If we're going into war or anything of that nature, we're always going to have a plan the night before, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So why don't we do that with our regular life?
So how should we order this list though?
So there's a few ways, and one of the ideas of this also is to limit distractions. Why? Because if we're thinking about, oh, I got 9 things to do, well, when we order it, like you just said, now it's not, I've got 9 things to do, which one do I do or how do I do it? No, I just go off the list. And one of the easiest ways to write this list down is to eat the fruitcake first. And some of you are probably chuckling right now, but we wanted to keep this with the holiday theme. So the fruitcake is the one that you're least excited about. And that doesn't mean that it's not making you money or doesn't mean whatever, because I've met people that love to clean their house. I'm sure you've met people that love to do things that you and I don't like to do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone's different.
Right. And when you talk to them, they're like, oh, I've got to clean the house in the morning. And then if you were to put a camera on them, they're dancing to, Christmas music with,
Is that not how you clean?
Sometimes, but they're enjoying it. So the idea is, okay, I don't like doing social media posts. I don't like sending emails. I don't like doing admin work. Myself, if I have admin work to do, and let's say Mandy can only get part of it on that day, so I do part of it. I hate doing admin work. It's not my thing. The system side is not for me. But if I need to do it, it's the first thing that I do. I make sure that I start my day doing that. Why? Because I just almost like took a weight off me.
Absolutely.
You
it's not on you when you're doing things you enjoy doing. You're not in the back of your head thinking about things you don't enjoy doing.
Yep. So you knock that out, and then when you go to do, because yesterday actually I did a whole bunch of admin in the morning, and then after doing my admin later on in the evening, I was meeting with clients, and it felt so good and so easy to meet with the clients because I was like, oh, I already did the stuff I hated. It weighed on me a little bit, but honestly, by the time I was done, I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. I just don't like doing it.
Yeah.
It's like going to going to do cardio. I don't always love it, but afterwards, I'm like, I feel good.
It's almost never as bad as we think it is.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I'd say almost though, 'cause sometimes it is.
So when you're writing the list, it's good to start with the fruitcake first, but as you go down through, also look at what are the things that I have to get done, because some days we do have a lot to get done. But if you have, let's say you have 7 tasks, and I don't recommend usually going over 5, but let's say you got 7 tasks that need to be done, but 2 of them are just things you're trying to get done early. Well, if you have the first 5, you might actually have a little bit more energy when you look at the bottom of the list and go, oh, I've only got 2 done that I like to do, and it's only 4 o'clock. Let's knock them out. I don't want to push it till tomorrow. But at the same time, if those are ones that aren't impressing today and you get your list done, you can go, okay, I'm going to leave those at the top of my list for tomorrow, and then I'm going to go through and cross them off as you go. Why do we love Instagram? Because of
instant gratification,
but also the release that comes with that instant gratification.
The dopamine.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So while you're scrolling, you're getting dopamine. Well, when you're crossing off different tasks on that list, it feels good. Like yesterday when I got done with admin, it was a weight. And so you want to make sure you get that fruitcake done and then keep moving, but it's going to almost motivate you to do the next one. And like you said, you want productivity. Well, if it's motivating you to go to the next one, like a game, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the next one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then, one of the things that I challenged you on is, because you said productivity and you said focus. Well, it's one thing if you're good one day, right? But what would really be the biggest challenge for most people? What would be the thing that you challenge them the most as far as how to continue with it?
The important thing to think about is how consistent can you be on a daily basis. So like you said earlier, you don't recommend putting more than 5 things on a list. Let's say you do put 7, 8, whatever, but maybe a few of those things aren't as important, put them the next day, but it keeps the list going as well. Because how many nights can you make that list before you go to sleep and honestly have a much easier sleep because you're not up thinking. I don't know about you guys, but my mind is constantly racing at night.
Oh, absolutely.
Keeps me up for hours.
Absolutely.
So writing the stuff down helps it get it out, gets a little focus, off to sleep. And then just doing it every day. Like you get it done every day.
Yep. You do that list every night, you're gonna sleep better. You do that list every night and then you check it twice, you're gonna be more productive. And what does usually a higher level of focus and more productivity lead to? Higher cash flow.
Oh, absolutely.
Less stress.
It goes hand in hand.
It's a win-win. And so my recommendation is to make a list if you're not already doing it, check it twice, and let us know how has this impacted you. Because I'll tell you right now, to me, making a list or having a schedule, whichever one works best for you, is going to be the option or the item that is second most important to increasing your cash flow. Second most important to optimizing your day as far as work, life, etc. Because everybody talks about work-life balance, but a lot of people get nothing done in either.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is probably my number 2. My number 1 we'll talk about, and Nate kind of alluded to it. It's more about personal development. That's a whole nother topic. But Nate, any final words on making a list?
No, just give it a try and let us know what you think. See if it helps you.
Guys, this is Ready or Not.
Money Talks.
Thank you for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.